work item security is an interesting one because all the permissions are managed at the space level. And
Yeah.
it's kind of like an all or nothing with space permission. So you either have access to the space or you don't, right? What you can do inside of the space, we have a bunch of levers we can pull, but creating and viewing are very general, right? Like you can either view all the work or you don't view any of the work. There's nothing in between. And that's kind of where work item security comes in because this allows you to fine tune who inside of a space can see work. Now, I don't know how you feel about work item security, Josh, but it's a cool feature. I
Yeah.
always tell teams like you just want to use it cautiously. I wouldn't be liberal with work item security.
Yeah. It's
I
it's
would be
pretty rare that I would even use it in general. Like there's only very certain use cases where it's like this is the solution for the problem that you have.
yeah. I think some common use cases that I've seen is like you have a vendor that has access to the space and they should only see like their tickets. Right. Again,
Yeah,
more of
I
an
think
edge
that's
case
like
than anything else, but still.
I think that's overdoing it. I would err to the side of can we set up a separate space? If not, then yeah, let's do it this way. The use cases I've seen are actually kind of more what you have listed here, which is let's say you have an offboarding or you have a work item with particularly sensitive information like PHI information,
Or
social
layoff
security
coming.
numbers, yeah, whatever it is, and it's only a certain work type, like an offboarding. Whereas you might have an onboarding and other stuff, and you only want a certain group of people to see that. That's when you would implement issue security. That's like the best reason to do it.
Yeah, the scenario that I built it out fairly robust was I had a team who had a JSM space with the portal, and they had like 3 vendors that would bid on these projects. And so each vendor would go and submit a request to say, "Hey, I can do it for 10 grand, I can do it for 15 grand, I can do it for 20 grand." But they all went into the single like, it was an intake to a single space, so then each of the vendors couldn't see the other vendor's bids because then they wanted to keep that integrity. So,
Interesting.
sometimes there's scenarios where you need everything in a single space, but you still wanna kinda segregate the data out. But the HR
Yeah.
example is probably the biggest one that I've had where you have sensitive information, you just don't want everybody to be able to see.
Yeah. I think when we start diving into it, it'll make more sense. But for me, it just gets messy when you have to have three different vendors have three different sets of permissions. We either create three different groups or roles that they need to have access to in the space. It muddies up a bunch of other stuff that you may not have needed to do
Yeah.
originally.
Yeah, it definitely, like I would suggest and recommend that, like, work item security is definitely a last resort
Yeah.
kind of solution. This you should not be leading your Jira architecture with, "We're gonna set up work item security."
Yeah, it's a last ditch effort of what can we do to
To
hide these things from these people. Real quick, I know this looks like a lot. And if you'd rather just have me and my team help implement exactly what I'm showing you in this video, that is exactly what we do. We're currently opening up 4 more slots for our Jira strategy. We only run 4 of these per month. If you're interested, hit the first link in the description below.